priceless, man. Great, awesome stuff. And it's like if you're someone who's just tuning into that match, you don't know anything about that storyline or haven't watched wrestling for a while, you're like, what? You gotta sit there, kind of laugh, like, what the hell is that guy doing inside? That's hilarious. But yeah,
I remember because I missed the couple episodes that they did leading up to him being the stunt double. I missed that. But I'm like, I remember one of the matches I watched, and Miz takes a backbreaker, and then I watch Damien copy a backbreaker and go, all right, this is just funny.
Yeah. Man, that was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something that is definitely missed. But either way, what did you rate the Intercontinental Championship match?
I gave that 5.7.
5.7? Okay. Yeah, I did a 5.5. I'm weird about trying to do a little bit of a points, but
I know ours is not far off on the pointage. It's like it's that 5.7 is like a little better than 5, not quite a 6. That's kind of just the teeter-totter thing.
Yeah. It basically was in between a 5 and 6 for me, and it really comes down to, in my opinion, just it would have been better if Big E was a current character. There wasn't much there. It kind of reminded me of kind of like Ezekiel Jackson and Vladimir Kozlov, those guys that didn't really have too much depth to the character.
Yeah.
Same idea.
Absolutely.
And I remember thinking the big ending was a stupid finish, which I still do, but
I mean, I get it. It's should he try, test out another move, have something else there? I think that'd be great. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I think it's a good ending, a good name for it, pretty decent ending, honestly. It's a good way to showcase, the power of his body, his power. But it'd be nice to
I actually think a form of Uranagi would actually work well for him.
Yeah, I mean,
not like what Baron Corbin or Bray Wyatt does, but kind of picks him up in the like a fall away slam motion, but then spins it out into Uranagi would be good.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that would showcase his strength and whatnot. But yeah, it's one Rhodes and Goldust, Big Show and Mysterio, aka WCW guys. The Real Americans of Antonio and Jack Swagger, Antonio Cesaro and Jack Swagger, with Zeb Coulter, and Ryback, one of the stupid names that they had out there, but Curtis Axel and Ryback.
I thought so too. In the way they
I mean, the commentator, JBL's like, I called them that as a joke. I didn't think they'd actually take it for real. Apparently they did.
Yeah, it's I wasn't even a fan of what they were doing with Ryback. Ryback. Sorry, I'm coughing, y'all. Allergies are kicking my butt. Yeah, that name wasn't a big fan, but with Ryback, they kind of lost steam on that, and obviously with Curtis Axel, I was like, what? But the other thing about the tag team, Cesaro and Swagger, that's a cool tag team. That's fine. I'm fine with that. But the Real Americans,
it should be called Swiss Swagger.
Something, yeah. But obviously, why Cesaro out there, being called a Real American.
Do you remember when they had Alberto Del Rio as part of the group?
Vaguely.
Vaguely, yeah. He was part of the group, and the original idea was funny. It was good in a sense that what it was trying to kind of make fun of, but it just lost, went off the rails a bit. Yeah. In terms of elimination, first was Ryback. He was eliminated by Goldust with a roll-up pin. The most devastating move in all of wrestling, the roll-up pin.
Antonio says Ryback.
There's a guy I'm watching YouTube, and he keeps saying he was taken away by the most devastating move in all of wrestling, the surprise roll-up. And it's like, you know what? That happens way too much in WWE. And as I'm watching this match, they do a surprise roll-up. I'm like, oh, there it is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But Antonio Cesaro was eliminated by Big Show after the KO punch when he basically gloved Cesaro and Swagger. But then, Big Show picks up Goldust to let him start the match and kind of being a a good sport, if you will, one of the many face and heel turns of a Big Show. But ultimately, sorry.
He turns all the time, man. Big Show, he turns all the time. It's like it's okay. What's he gonna be this week? He's good at it, but it's like it's overwritten. It's like
at one point when the Authority became a thing, I think he'd faced and heel turn like 5 times in 1 week.
Yeah, it was to where it's like, okay, what are you this? It's not sometimes what are you this week? Sometimes it's like, what are you this hour?
Yeah, well, one of them two of the turns took place in the same episode of Raw.
Yeah.
Like he did a crying thing where he was face, and then he got signed by the Authority and he was heel.
Yeah.
Like, you know. And then Mysterio gets eliminated by Cody Rhodes after the Crossroads, which the whole back and forth between Cody Rhodes and Mysterio was probably the highlight of the match. Because this was right in the era right around where Mysterio disfigured Cody Rhodes' face and he had to wear a mask for the 619. Same idea. So ultimately, Cody Rhodes and Goldust win, and in a form of good sportsmanship, Big Show shakes their hands and raises their arms. What do you think overall about this?
Well, here I'm gonna do a something new on here. For the first long of the match, it's been quite a while. I gave it a 5.5, but I had to turn that around a little bit because that when they had only had 2 teams in there with Ray and Show and Cody and Goldie there. I call him Goldie. They start really doing a lot better. I was turning around. I really was, and so I gave that part of the match a 6.5. I gave that. I guess you can say overall was 6.5. Because they really picked me up, and I was like, "This match is like mediocre." And then I was like, "Okay, this is turning around." So I that's the first time I gave 2 ratings and anything. But yeah. So first, the large chunk of it goes 5.5, but the last chunk won me over. So take that as it is. So I say 6.5. We want to say overall.
I would have to agree with you there because Ryback, God, it's a stupid name. But that portion of the match, and even with the Real Americans, which honestly should have been way better with Cesaro and Swagger, it was not that great. It was until it got down to the Rhodes Brothers and Big Show and Mysterio that it really turned around. And it doesn't really make sense why Cesaro or Swagger did not put on a good show, but they didn't.
Yeah.
And it's evident that Cesaro knows what he's doing. One, he's a great singles wrestler in general.
Oh yeah.
The tag team stuff he did with Sheamus, which he's a giant jar of mayonnaise. So I mean, the stuff he did as the Bar is really really good. I would have to agree with you pretty much completely on the rating as well, because it was just so lacking in the beginning, but it really picked up with those 4 in the ring, which. At one point, I was wondering if Cody Rhodes is going to pick up the Big Show.
Well, he helped with that doing the slam, doing the suplex there.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I was watching him. I'm like, I don't think Cody Rhodes can pick up this guy. I really hope he doesn't try.
Break his back.
Pretty much.
I'll say one thing. You about to say?
No, I was just going to say that at that point, I think Big Show is probably one of his heaviest he's been too. So.
Well, one of the heavy. I think it's one of those times that he was heavier. But he's had heavier moments. But I agree that he had one of his heavier moments in that time frame. So, Zeb Culture, he sold that loss with Cesaro and Swagger. So I'm laughing. So
yeah,
his reaction was priceless. And I'm glad that I was hoping right when they lost, I'm like, please put Zeb on that camera, please, 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 please. Someone see that reaction. I know he's going to sell it so well, and he did.
He was actually a really good manager.
Oh, yeah.
I know AEW is heavy on managers right now, but I wouldn't mind seeing him there as a manager. But yeah, he's kind of like a Paul Heyman of managers.
He's some similarities, yeah.
He's up there.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of people don't realize how far back he goes in the business. He goes quite a
We
ways.
did a pay-per-view review with him on it. As Dutch Mantel.
Yeah, we did. And I see that our guys. What episode? Oh yeah, you probably don't know what episode.
I don't remember which one he was on.
He's in our archives that we did it with on a pay-per-view, on a retro review pay-per-view. We had him in there, and he was still good back then as well, of course. And,
right, I don't remember which retro pay-per-view he was on.
Wasn't it? I think it was around what we did a mid-90s WCW pay-per-view, I believe it was. He was on.
Was it the Great American Bash 1990?
Might have been that.
Because if it was, that would go back to number 4.
Okay, so early episodes like number 4, let's say.
Yeah. Because I have it up. This is actually going to be number 29.
Hey, number 29, getting close to that 30.
Yeah.
I might make it 30 on my birthday.
Yeah, right.
And I'll be 30 years old.
No, but all right.
I tried.
Yeah, but either way, yeah, Zeb is Zeb / Dutch Mantel, one of the better wrestling managers that's been around. This is actually what I think should be the first match, which was R-Truth with Xavier Woods, again, highlighting the fact that the New Day did well in getting Big E and Xavier Woods something to do, against Brodus Clay with Cameron, Naomi, and Tenzai, a.k.a. Sweet Tea. This was a singles match. Didn't go very long.
Sweet Tea, that's your element. That's your daddy. I was trying to say illegitimate father. I can't even say that word.
Illegitimate.
There we go. Couldn't say that word. That's your daddy.
It's my illegal father.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, that. What would you think about this match?
Honestly, I wasn't anything too great. Some of the ending was kind of bumped up because there was a little hecticness at the end. But I get a 4-7. Glad to see Truth take that victory, obviously, and always good to see the 24/7 World Television Champion, 995 European title, whatever, all that stuff. Take the victory. You know what didn't exist back then. I thought Sweet Tea, your daddy, did pretty good storytelling there at the end. I'm glad he walked out and Brodus pretty much had a heel turn there. Yeah. And Naomi, before she was what she is now, seeing her in there doing good stuff. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
Funkadactyls.
I was a little bit. I wasn't too big a fan when Sweet Tea decided to be Sweet Tea. I like this character the way it is, or was, I should say, coming in with as Tenzai, Lord Tenzai. They dropped that name, but I thought it was a pretty good time period. But that's why I was a little nervous on some people coming in that are big guys now. It's like don't make it look like a comedy act sometimes. But I thought it was pretty good. It was a good showing for what it was.
Yeah, and it kind of goes back and it harkens back to WWE doesn't really know what to do with Albert. They messed him up a few times as well. Yeah. I had to stop at 4.5. Like, it was kind of leaning towards 4. I like R-Truth. I like Brodus Clay, but
oh, I definitely understand what you mean. Absolutely.
And then they had this random pairing of R-Truth and Xavier Woods. So either way, but that was one of the matches that was later in the card that I thought realistically they could have flipped them and CM Punk around. But then to me, it would have made more sense. The only thing I think might halt it is a later match that comes after the one that we're about to speak about, which was Kofi Kingston against The Miz. So we have all 3 members of the New Day on this card before they were the New Day.
Mm-hmm.
This is a no DQ match. What did you think of it?
Well, here's what I'll say as much. And I made a note of this too. I feel it's the same way that the fans did. And they were chanted boring, boring.